Hello, everyone. I'm Cloud Sword 6543, and I'm here to play this awesome series. It's the Legend of Heroes, the Trail series, or the Kiseki series if you're in Japan. Just really like this series. It has a very, very, very deep world building, and like to play through it again with you to see if, well, for myself, to see if I can notice any more sort of little foreshadowing that's going to happen in the later games. And for your sake, so that you can get a full experience of this series. Now, I'll be starting off New Game Plus, carrying over everything, so hopefully you guys enjoy. Oh, and another thing is that I'll be doing all of the voices, and when the opportunity arises, if it ever arises without the vocals in there, I'm going to do a nice falsetto-y operatic version of Holy Saint, Holy Spirit, if you are familiar with the series. You'll hear that when it comes. It will be most humorous. I'll also be doing all the voices again, if I didn't mention that before. Anyway, let's get started.
Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild. He'd be home today too. And Shira's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit before dinner.
Hey, I'm home.
Daddy!
Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away?
Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you?
Nope. I'm fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though, I brought you a present.
Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training?
Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry?
I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present?
Oh, you're a sharp one. Now why don't you come have a look?
What?
Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think?
What boy? Why is my present a boy?
Don't make such a fuss, or you'll wake him up.
Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Looks kind of dead if you ask me.
I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. He sure sleeps soundly, and he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too.
He certainly does have a nice head of black hair, and a pair of amber eyes to go with it.
That's nice and all, but how you come clean and fess up?
Fess up?
Yeah. Who is this kid anyway? And why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mommy?
Where have you been, chicken? Where have you been picking up those kinds of words? No doubt from Scheherazade, I assume.
Yep, that's right.
For heaven's sake, that girl is going to get you into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I met this boy while I was out on business, and I don't even know his name.
You mean bracer business?
Something like that. Oh, look.
Huh?
He's waking up.
Wow, eyes really are the color of amber.
Where am I? So you're finally awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest. What are you trying to pull?
Huh?
You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die? No, that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just work out like that? That way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassie Sprite. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey!
You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just going to make it take longer for your body to heal.
And just who are you supposed to be?
I'm a still brat.
She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I had a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. Don't try and change the sub. Ow!
Quit yelling.
Alright, already. You jumping on like me isn't going to make me heal any faster either.
I don't hear you yelling again. Do I?
Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse.
Do I hear yelling?
Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that.
By the way, aren't you forgetting something?
Huh?
Your name. You know, the thing that people call you. I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours?
Seems like the logical thing to do, if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... So bright in here. Yawn. I slept like a rock. That must mean his dad's starting to cook this morning. Wonder if it means Joshua's still in bed. Huh. Guess that's a no. Well, I guess I'll better get myself ready then, too. Nice, Joshua. Bravo. Good morning, Estelle. Hope I didn't wake you. Nah. I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Now that I mind, what with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man. Tisk. How wrong you are, Joshua. You may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that just makes you something like my loyal follower. Don't you agree? Yeah. How fortunate for you. You could at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl's gonna be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who likes fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? He's not wrong in this time, but I'd be up for that. That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't you both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay. I'm on my way. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say. Kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training in the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It's a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we're bracers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not gonna let you treat me like a kid anymore either. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning. Or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you, too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of, then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. Estelle, keep her focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me that you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not you've mastered the skills we've been learning and training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of homework? Crap, totally forgot. Now you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. Should probably head over to the guild soon. Estelle? Shara's going to be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Oh. Before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about a Rouen-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or our stomachs. You're right, I just wanted to see what reaction I could get. I'll just leave the usual, fried fish and omelet. Don't eat for anything fancy. Let's try and do something edible. How rude. But I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have a favor asked of you before you head out. I'd like you to pick up a copy of the Liberal News from the general public goods store. They're supposed to be getting in the latest edition today. Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the general store. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Scheherazade my regards. Ah, I forgot one of the most important things about trails. And I will get the menu button mixed up a bunch, but should go around everywhere. And check everything. 'Cause you never know what you might find. there shouldn't be anything here, but just in case, I still like to do this. But some things that are possible are free rest. If you're playing the base game, you might be coming back here a lot because rests in the hotel are rather expensive. And here's Joshua's room. Joshua! Up here. There's nothing here. Clocks are often good hiding spots for stuff. Oh, and the other thing is talk to everyone. It'll stress me out, but that's what I'm here for. By the way, Dad, is it going to be alright if you stay at home like this instead of going to the guild today? You haven't been there for a couple days now. Unfortunately, I have a lot of paperwork to sort out. But don't you worry, I'm carrying a big enough workload that the guild's not likely to fire me anytime soon. That's not exactly the most convincing thing I've heard come out of your mouth. We'll later find out that, yes, it is. But that's for us to find out later. I forgot, spoilers. One of the best parts about the Trails game, as you saw by the opening AMV and, well, just the sort of music in general, is the music here is very nice, very atmospheric. Now, the sign says head north, so what are we going to do? We are going to head south. Because there's still, Roland City is in the opposite direction. You're not sleepwalking again, are you? Nah, you just be quiet and keep your comments to yourself. I got the city of Roland. Looks like we made good time. Not too early or not too late either. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today's our last day of training. Truth be told though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh, yeah. Yes, I did. Alright then. Let's get to it and make it through the last tasing from Shara. You look ready to me. Let's go meet with Shara at the Gracer Guild over there then. You know what they say, or, you know, when they say go to the Gracer Guild, you go everywhere else. Because that's the way this game is. Top of the morning to you, kids. Good morning, Mr. Elgar. Good morning, sir. Well, You're rather early, are you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but today is our last day of training, isn't it? I seem to remember you saying something about that the last time I had you run the store. Yep, that's right. I see. Well, I'm sure you'll do just fine, Joshua. Now, still, on the other hand, I've got good reason to worry. She's always been a bit scatterbrained ever since she was a child. Probably all the knocks on she took to the head playing with the boys. Really? So I guess that scatterbrain trait isn't something new, huh? I'll give you a head injury if you don't shut up. And don't call me scatterbrained. Okay, you two. Let's not fight now. And shouldn't you be getting over to the guild? This is where you buy your arms. See, they got staves over here and dual swords for, well, you'll find out. Good morning, Stella. Oh my, but isn't Miss Stella and Joshua? Are you on your way to bracelet training? Yeah. And just you watch. I'm gonna pass this exam and be a good old bracer. Good of a bracer as Shara, too. You're darn right you are. I have faith in you. By the way, Estelle. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Did you wash your face? How about your teeth? Did you brush them too? Joshua's so fastidious, but you always forget to take care of yourself. Come on. That was a long time ago. I don't do that anymore. Right, Joshua? Now that you mention it, you did take off from home the other day with your hair all in a mess, right? That was only because it was an emergency. Mr. Rhinon got the newest Strager brand sneakers in on that day. Estelle? Yes? You listen to me carefully. For a girl your age, you need to take care of these things. If your appearance is messy, you won't look like someone that people can trust, even if you are a bracer. Your appearance is a reflection of what is on the inside. Alright, I'll be more careful from now on. Well, that's that. Now how about the both of you get on over to the guild? Man, you just can't argue with her. If your appearance is messy, you won't look like someone that people can trust, even if you are a bracer. Your appearance is a reflection of what is on the inside. Okay, Mom. There is the rhinoceros store, Mr. Rhinon. The morning air is so crisp and fresh. Let us see. It is about time to water my lovely flowers. And I can go outside and see some of our lovely flowers. Mr. Rhinoceros. Good morning, Mr. Rhinon. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're up rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any ones in stock? You know, like the Straggers. Unbelievable. You've actually forgotten why you came here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of Liberal News for Dad, right? Huh. Of course. Ha. You've always been a big collector of these shoes, haven't you, still? I'm afraid that the new Stragers aren't out yet. They're after the latest issue of the Liberal News, you know. Should have them in about noon. Noon, huh? It's right in the middle of our training at the guild house. We'll stop by again after the training's over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you. Yep, just to prove what he was talking about. And there are the shoes. So, as you can see, there are colors on the map. The red indicates the guild house. The green indicates shops where you can buy stuff. The yellow indicates an orbital factory.
Hey, if it isn't this Joshua and Estelle! How are those orbments working out for you that we tuned the other time you were here?
In your case, Estelle, it's not whether the orbmen are good or it's bad. The problem lies in the way you use it. You're always jumping into things without second thought. So you end up being slow to learn. You just start thinking before you start swinging, and you learn twice as much. Well, excuse me for sucking.
There. No need to get upset. Everyone has these problems when they first start out. If you can get the hang of things, you'll gradually be able to handle them better.
That's right. I'm going to master using this as quick as I can, and surpass even Joshua. Yeah, whatever. When I first entered the Zeiss control factory, I pretty much couldn't use one of those things either. Even you couldn't use one? Even you couldn't use one, Freddy? Yeah, but I still became an engineer, even though I can't use one. And since you're aiming to become a bracer, you'll have to learn how. Arg.
Hey, I'm still setting up shop. Estelle and Joshua. You two seem to be rather early.
Good morning, Mr. Melders. Good morning, sir. We appreciate you fixing that ornament light the other day. Speaking of ornament lights, isn't the one outside our house burned out? We should get that replaced ASAP. Ornaments sure are a daily life necessity, aren't they?
When I was a kid, there weren't any of these ornament thingies.
Now we can get fire and light and the merest flip of a switch. Even ships fly in the skies.
I don't like it.
Don't you kids think things are way too convenient these days? Oh crap. There he goes again about the old days. Yeah, well, if you just shut your big trap. When I was young, I made things a reality through hard work and sweat. Sweat, I tell you. It'd be nice if young kids these days knew the meaning of the phrase hard work. You're probably right. This is where you get your ornament all fixed up?
I'm the one who discovered it. Take me with you. I'm the one who told you about the place to begin with.
Good morning, Claire.
Good morning, Estelle and Joshua. Did the two of you really become bracers?
What? How did you know?
That's because working in the media is my future goal. I'm going to join the Liberal News Service and work hard as a reporter. Don't take my information lightly either.
Oh. Sure thing.
My gut feeling says that the two of you are going to be in the tabloids. Well.
Well, thanks.
Isn't it romantic that you two lovers are bracers who stand for justice? I have a feeling that a juicy drama is about to unfold.
Lovers? Joshua and I aren't lovers. We're family.
You really don't understand anything, Estelle. Joshua's adopted and things could go either way in the future, right? Plus, leaving it at that would surely please the readers.
Readers?
Anyway, I'm looking forward to the both of you in more ways than one.
That boy? Where could Luke have gone? He took off without a bite of breakfast.
Unbelievable. My husband knocked over the bookshelves again. The room is now so dusty I can't go inside.
Here is the infamous husband who knocks over bookshelves. I'm checking bookshelves because they can hide things. Glory of the Kingdom. Compendium of Orbment Technology. Guide to the Irrelevant Region. The Septian Church and the Bracer Guild. I wonder where that book I just bought the other day went. Looks like I'm going to have to put these books in order. And what do we have here? The Joy of Cooking Monsters. Did I really buy this? The oven to bar. Go upstairs first.
Let's see. Yesterday's total sales total? Our breakfast service has been going really well. Sometimes my husband comes up with some good ideas.
Sometimes. More like all the time. Now, for these shops, you generally want to eat the meal. And buy each of the ones that you do not have in your inventory. As you can see, I already have French fries in my inventory, so I shall not purchase that one. Started working here because the owner said he'd let me manage the bar. After they Started the morning and lunch service, however. I've been more of a waiter than anything else. Crunch, munch, slap, smack, slurp. Chew, chew, chew. Munch, munch, munch. Gulp. I get so hungry working in the mines.
Welcome. Oh, it's Dale and Joshua.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Alyssa?
Is there something going on today?
Could it be that you're on a date together?
Yeah, right.
We're actually on our way to bracer training now.
Oh, is that it?
Everyone here from Sunday school seems to have decided on a career or goal, and is working hard to achieve it. As expected, you're a bit different than anyone else, so... Wait, is there something wrong with that?
Oh, not at all. I thought it was really like you to pick the unusual route, that's all.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. I've decided that she was going to help out her parents' farm. She even said for us to all go up and visit her sometime.
So that's what Tio decided on, huh?
Simon, listen to me and listen well. Right now is the time for us to purchase lumber and septium. Ignoring the potential crisis, I'm going to buy as much as I can with the budget.
Yes. I've already made arrangements regarding the lumber. I'm looking into the septium right now. It's almost time to start our training, Estelle. Let's head over to the guild house. Let's head over to the guild house on the South Avenue. Oh, all right. Now the purple is a chapel. Typically go in here for quests and everything else. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
My, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, good morning. Where are you off to this morning? It must be tough working up early.
Father Divine. It has been a while since I have seen the both of you. I'm impressed to see you visiting the chapel so early in the morning. Good morning, Father Divine. Good morning. You are habitually late and played hooky more than a few times during your Sunday school days, Estelle. So have you changed your attitude on life since you graduated? A bit, I guess. Looks like there's still a little time before morning mass begins. So how about I give you both a special sermon?
No thanks.
Am I getting dragged into the mix here?
It's almost time for mass. Mylene is already here, so I best hurry along. Get that booty on the floor.
And the blue are hotels. Welcome to the Hotel Roland. Are you ready to spend the night? Baron, it's us, don't you remember? Haha, I know. I was just joking instead. I was practicing my greeting just now. Oh, really? You ever notice that Baron teases people with a straight face while being courteous at the same time? That's probably because he can. This is a hotel. You can say them for a bit of mirror, but why stay when you can... Oh. This is the mayor's residence. We'll be going here a couple of times. Let us barge in.
I'm so busy. This mansion is quite big. I've got the serving, cleaning, and washing to do. Mornings are so busy for a maid.
Like I said, I'm checking everything. There's no booty in here. We got to check. Oh, good morning, Snow Joshua. Good morning, Mary Class. Good morning. I have been hearing great things about both of you. So you're undergoing bracer training, are you? Having such youngsters sign up at all themselves to become bracers and protect everyone is inspiring. I suspect good things out of you. We'll do our best. Anything could be here. Eventually this... Mr. Paddington! Now I know that voice from somewhere. Ho ho ho! Well, what have we here? Cassius Sprite's daughter and clever son, huh? And just when I thought you hadn't been around for a while, you show up all grown. Have you been here every day, Mr. Paddington? Have you been here every day, Mr. Paddington? This place has become somewhat of a new home for me. I intend to spend the remainder of my days guarding this clock. What's wrong, Estelle? Something on your mind? It's nothing, really. How about we climb up to the observation deck? Sure, I guess. Checking everything. Few more houses, and then we shall... Hang on for a moment. I must use the restroom. back. We've already done that one. There is still one more set of houses to do. And you can get to it through here. The weather is so wonderful and revitalizing today. I have a strange feeling that something good is going to happen. Well, look what the cat dragged in. Stella and Joshua, how have you been? Good morning, Mr. Fate. Good morning, sir. How's your father, Cassius? Is he doing well? Yep. He's doing so well it might even surprise you. I don't think there's anyone else his age who's in such good shape. Ha ha ha, is that so? My daughters really wanted to see him, but he hasn't shown his face around here in a while. Could you give him a message for me? Tell him that Fate says he'd like to talk about the old days sometime. Sure, I'll tell him. Hey Joshua. How does Mr. Fate know Dad so well again? I know they're friends and all, but I heard that they were battle buddies during their days in the Royal Army. Oh, yeah, that's right. And one more set. Let's see here. It looks like my husband's gone to work. I'd better do the housework quickly and head out to take care of his shopping. Farming, mining, and timber. Those are the three major industries here in Rowan. It's no exaggeration to say that these industries are what support Rowan economically. The timber industry, which grows forests and in turn uses the trees as a resource, began during Queen Alicia's behest. Ah yes. Tracking everything. No matter how abundant the woods and forests may be in Roland, they're not limitless. Her Majesty the Queen has a good head on her shoulders and a real knack for business. My daddy's job is seeking hoes, and he finds a lot of pretty wrecks inside. Says they're called septio. My husband works in the Malcolm Mines down here. He left at the crack of dawn. Sometimes he doesn't even see home for a day long. Ah, that girl is so cute. I've got to be courageous and try to talk to her. Ah. Well, now I gotta hit it. Now that I've checked everywhere there is to check and done everything there is to do, it is time to go down do the first of the missions, give you sort of a minor taste for battle. And now that we've done everything else that we could, there you two are. Good morning, Snell. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Nana. Good morning. Is she here already? Yeah, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. Again, checking everything. Alright, I read that, so I don't need to read it again. The star, the hanged man, the hermit and the magician, and last of all, inversion through the wheel of fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Morning, Shira. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work hard today in every way I can think to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you are ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quite you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head, instead of letting it dribble out your ears like it usually does. Why? Joshua, Shira's picking on me. Don't worry, Shira. While Estelle may hate studying and sure rarely does her homework, acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an ornament with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a second, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positively described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading of what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Well, that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. That's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And still, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. What would you like to know about? Ornaments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbital energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz or process subject installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all aspects of life, from lights, ears, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbital Revolution. Bracers are investigative, and combat specialists which hope to protect the civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. The Bracer Guild, which has established branches across the government, manages affairs of the bracers in each region. The Kingdom of Liberal, in which we live, sit on the western half of the Zemirian continent, and bounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberal is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium in the continent, and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbits. Orbit technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberal in protecting its independence, as it is contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberal was invaded by the Arbonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political fitness, Liberal keeps peace. Let's see, since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. And we're going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Share? How's today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, this means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I am going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job. So, what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that is exactly what I am saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you are ready. Yes, that's exactly what the doctor ordered. I don't know what I was going to do if I had to spend another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you'll be performing. But before that, there's something that we need to give the both of you. I know. Are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two. Go get one each of yourself. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Received Bracer Notebook. Bracer Notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of record jobs. Also, everything you may hear, or anything you may find and where. Those kind of trivial things can often become clues. No matter the insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood. Crap, it sounds like it's going to be a name. Oh? Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got response. I'm sure there were two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important job duty for all bracers. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is this time. Okay, I get it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. First, I want you to go check the job description posted there.
And the bulletin board is marked.
I'll let you read that. So we've got to see Sherazade, and she's right here. How convenient. Very good. Looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also important duty for bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. Yeah, guess you're right. I just have to be more motivated. Is that so? Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha. Well, before all of the motivation soaks up elsewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbital Factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken the time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. Here's where you will learn how to use an Orbital Factory services. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your augments and synthesize support cords in order to use orbital arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has a long-standing relationship with these orbital factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Milders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here?
No problem. Leave everything to me. So, this is what you would like. So, what is it that you would like to know about? Orbits are mechanical devices which exhibit arrays of effects, the installation of various types of supports. By definition, that means that lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of ornaments. However, the ones we will be discussing today are battle ornaments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each ornament is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices differ from each other. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install ports, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be open at a normal factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of setup too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So what is it that you would like to know about? Simply put, orbital arts are the magic in which can be discouraged exclusively through the use of battle elements. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they're almost universally referred to as arts. Probably meant to keep them. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory. Orbments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed in a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install a quartz with a water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I've described, but I think this information should suffice for now. So what is it that you'd like to know about? Quartz circuits made from sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you'll not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. That being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your ornament and decide where you'll be installing it ahead of time. So what is it that you would like to know about? Sepith are fragments of sepium which are dropped by monsters. They're divided in 7 types: earth, water, fire, wind, time, space, and mirage. Sepith can be exchanged for a mirror almost anywhere, but at the orbital factory it can be used to synthesize quartz and open orbment slots for which to install the synthesized quartz. So what is it that you'd like to know about? It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some sepith. With that amount, you should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now I want you to begin by first making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular ornaments. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally, at a shop, you'd be able to exchange sepith for Mira, but for this training, you will not be able to use this service. Oh, good work so far. You need to use the orbital factory. Give Freddy a holler over there. Alright. So it's one to synthesize. HP1. And action 1. As you can see, alright, looks like you are able to synthesize. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install a quartz into your ornaments so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Quartz are installed in the ornament screen. The ornament screen can be utilized by selecting Ornament tab on the main menu. So, main menu, go to Ornaments, healing,
Grade 3. Timon and Pumbaa, of course. Action 3. Defense 3. Alright, looks like you've got both recovery and attack guards set up. If you believe your odds are out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz charts in your bracer notebooks and find something that works for you. This concludes your training here at the Herbal Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you have both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Did that remind you of just this morning? Ha ha ha! Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk about these lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I feel for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well. No sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean, like, now? I don't know if I'm ready for. How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Joshua, help me! Mr. Melders. Freddy. Thank you for help. Don't mention it. And good luck with that test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua! All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I I expect to see that you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Sure. What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board. Not that long ago, right? Yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read in your Bracer notebook. Unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Oh, divine Adius, I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing such a wonderful gifts as sewers. So, what you're really saying is, you thought it was a paper test? No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. Ah! I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in the classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? How do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test. So how about both you try and at least look a little bit anxious? Just so you know, though, if you happen to finish the test, you won't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for both of you. Ha! We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, and how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as we both saw in the bulletin board, this would be a search conducted in Roland Sewers. Your objective is to receive the contents of a chest, which has been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewers is extremely simple, so you don't have to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there. So if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. What's this book for? It's called a Monster Guide. It's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in here. Seems pretty straightforward to me. You controls the fate of the flow of impression, controls the fate of the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You've really got a good head of your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. We'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure to treat it as such. Another thing I love. There appears to be recovery points set up over there. Let's see if our HP. Let's use it if our HP and EP become low before engaging any further battles. Sounds like a plan to me. monsters at 12 o'clock. Be careful not to let them take advantage of. Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side. Got it. Monsters, canopies. I'm gonna look at a little bit of the battle here. So you can see, I'm clearly over-leveled.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Clearly over-leveled for this, but we shall engage in it nonetheless. Here comes some more. Depending on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Those use Arch, not physical attacks. Okay. Arts are effective on enemies that are good at avoiding physical attacks. Arts also make long-range attacks possible. They're required. And I'm going to just attack with the cell because I want.
Good to go.
Crispy onion. Estelle, let's try using crafts this time around. Since crafts are often have other effects besides just dealing out damage, they're worth a shot. Roger that. Crafts have. Crafts.
That's that then. Let's move out.
And there's my first chest. Now these chests typically have goofy messages inside them, so we shall partake. The chest is empty because of me. Nice work here. What a surprise. Another creepy bug. Wish there was an easier way to take care of them. One blow using an S-craft or S-break should be a trick to just about any enemy. The catch is, our CP has to be at least 100 to pull off one of these moves. there's the one I'd like to use.
We're finished. All right, we're good to go.
Just checking to make sure that there aren't any more stuff. So that's a treasure chest. So that's a treasure chest we're after, huh? We made it this far. The rest is gonna be a piece of cake. Seems like we've got a little breathing room at least. Let's pay close attention to our battle order this time. There should be a number of ways to get more mileage out of our actions. During battle.
Good to go.
Obviously, during a base game, you wouldn't be able to do that sort of attack, but small box times 2. That's weird. There are a couple boxes in the treasure chest. The fact that there's not just one, but 2, is kind of interesting too. Wonder what's inside. Remember, still, our mission is to search and retrieve only. I'm pretty sure looking inside these boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective. You're no fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. It's what I like to call a good, honest curiosity. You know, we're the only ones down here. We can get away with the teeny-too-weeny right? If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means, be my guest. Didn't you just say the F word? Yep. Opening one of these boxes could result in an automatic fail for the both. If this was a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client. Just as long as they were nothing illegal, we'd have no right to open them. I know you're right, but I just can't help myself. You absolutely have to know. I'll ask Miss Cheryl when we get back. But for now, we need to focus on getting out of here. Alright, alright. By looking in this chest again, you flunk. Just kidding. Back. Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm going to need to confirm the items in your possession. Yep, you're the real deal, all right. I don't see any evidence of tampering either. That was a close one. I figured she would try and set us up like that. Congratulations to the both of you. You have successfully passed your qualification test. You don't really think something like that simple would be a problem for us, did you? So what, Sharon? What's in those boxes you haven't yet? That's for me. That is for me to know, and for you to find out. After your training is finished. It's enough chit-chat for now, so let's get back to work. You two still have some things left to do. Seriously? And didn't you just say that we passed the test? You still have to learn about how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties. Let's get back to the guild. When is this day going to be over? Oh well. No sense in giving up when the finish line is in sight. Agreed. Seems like we're in reaching distance of our goal. Your final training is how to report to the guild. Whenever you finish a job, it is your duty to report the results of your work to the guild. Reporting how you resolved the situation and the steps you took to get there are all part of your job as a bracer. You can report your results to the front desk in each branch. Just as you already know by now, this is Aina's in charge here at the Roman branch. As addition, this is where you'll be paid for your work. I look forward to seeing great things from the both of you. Now that we're here, why don't you go ahead and report the results of today's training? You passed your qualification exam, and there's only one thing left to do. When you want to report when you've finished the job, please select your report option. Good job, you two. Seems like you were able to complete your objective without running into any major problems. Another thing to take note of is, depending on how you've handled the job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When you report the results of your work to the guild, pay in the form of mirror isn't the only thing you'll receive. You'll also accumulate points, which are known as BP, bracer points. BP are an indication of your achievements as a bracer. When these points exceed a certain value, you'll receive a rank, or you'll advance in rank as a bronze, and awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild. The ranks of junior bracer start at 9 and go all the way up to 1. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of mirror and BP you receive will also be recorded in your bracer notebooks, so please have a look sometime later on. All that's left to do now is to finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? I'll talk to you later, Anna. And sorry about putting more work on your plate today than usual. Don't worry about it. Training new bracers is important for the future of the guild. I fully intend to work these two to the bone in any case. To the bone? And knowing sure it'll involve a whip. Let me say it again, good work, you two. You have now officially completed the entire training course. From now on, you will be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then. Are these boxes the ones? In answer to your question, yes, these are the boxes you retrieved during today's post. You seem awfully curious to find out what's inside, Estelle. Are you saying that it's okay to open them? That's right. Why don't both of you take a look and see what's inside? Sweet. Alright, let's have a look. this crest is. So does this mean that we're... Ahem. Still Bright, Joshua Bright, beginning this day at 1500 hours. You are both hereby appointed as junior racers within the Bracer Guild. From here on, you will work as members of the Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you, defend peace, and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome to the fold. Did you hear that, Joshua? We become members of the Bracer Guild. So I'm a Bracer now too, huh? I think the realization is only now starting to begin to sink in. Come on, Joshua. You should be jumping for joy or running around or screaming at the top of your lungs like this. Look at us, world! We did it! I was happy until you made my eardrums bleed. Hate to interrupt your celebrations, Estelle, but I'll need to take off now. I have some backed up work that needs my immediate attention. We understand. You've been spending a lot of extra hours working with us during this busy time for the guild. Before you head out, Shara, I just wanted to say thanks. Likewise. I appreciate all the trouble you've gone through for us, Shara. Don't mention it. Training new recruits is one of a Bracer's many duties. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes a long time when your father, Cassius, trained me. So that's why you have so much respect for my dad, huh? It's actually much more to it than that. I'll save that conversation for another day. As for the both of you, work hard to become full-fledged racers early on so you can help guide those new recruits who come after yourselves. And in time, I hope to see you both become respectable racers, like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. I just don't get it. Get what? This is Sherazard, aka the Silver Street Tree. One of the most skilled young bracers we've been talking about. So why is it that you hold Dad in such high esteem? He seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who's always out doing who knows what instead of being a father. A no-good middle-aged man, huh? From your viewpoint, it doesn't come as a surprise that you would see him in that fashion. Huh? Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. Should let Dad know that we're qualified as junior racers. Alright. And with that, I think that's a good stopping point. I shall now save. And with that, I will bid you guys adieu. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.